President Obama, I've just returned from Standing Rock, and never before in my life have I seen a people match such inhuman brutality with love and kindness and forgiveness. The Standing Rock Sioux tribe and all of the nations who have united to stop the Dakota Access Pipeline have suffered rubber bullets, women, miners shot in the face, bones broken. They've been pulled out of their ceremonies. They have had dogs leashed on them. They've been thrown in kennels. They've had numbers written on their arms. And they choose to match this brutality with love and kindness and forgiveness. 17 million people will be affected by the Dakota Access Pipeline, and yet there has been no environmental impact statement called for. How can this be justified? How can you sit back and watch this indigenous genocide, this environmental racism? How can you sit back? The people elected you as a bastion of hope. And if you care to salvage any part of your legacy, you will do the right thing. You went to the people, you went to Standing Rock, you promised you would help them. And you have not kept your word for the greed of a foreign oil company. The truth is we can afford no more pipelines if we were to stop the ravages of climate change. Every single month has been the hottest in human history. We can afford no more fossil fuel extractions. We can afford no more pipelines. This pipeline is the equivalent of 22 million cars. There will be 800 million climate refugees as we sail past the 2-degree increase. They are digging mass graves in Pakistan. But besides that, these are American citizens, President Obama. These are American citizens. And for the greed of a foreign oil company. There's never been a clearer moral imperative. There's never been a clearer human rights violation since the civil rights movement, since apartheid in South Africa. And this is happening on your watch, and you know what's happening. We call upon you to end this, President Obama. If you are to salvage any legacy, take this stand now. Do the right thing. Stop the Dakota Access Pipeline. Do not approve more fracking sites. We know that frack gas is worse than coal in terms of accelerating climate change. And I call upon the American people to divest from the banks that are financing the Dakota Access Pipeline, HSBC, Chase, Citibank, Wells Fargo. If your money is in these banks, you are helping to finance indigenous genocide. You're helping to finance climate change. We must think about the 7 generations to come. We must make our decisions based on how they will affect 7 generations to come, because within one generation, you will see untold destruction. We're already seeing it. We're having 50-year storms all the time. So stand with the people of Standing Rock. Take your money out of Chase, Wells Fargo, HSBC, Citibank. Go in and film yourself. Tell them why. Tell them that you will no longer support the funding of the Dakota Access Pipeline or fossil fuels. Then challenge 3 or 4 of your friends to do the same thing and post to social media under #BankExit. It is time to reclaim the soul of progressive values, the soul of our nation. We ask you to do the right thing. Stand in solidarity with Standing Rock. Water is life. We only have one planet.